Ooh, London, we know it's a little bit hot over there at the moment. We know, in fact, you're frying and wondering if there's ever going to be any rain. But you know what? It's going to get hotter for you guys because Pulse has stolen a little bit of sunshine and a little bit of lightning. And this has got the netball world agog this week. You are on No Dribble. Strap in! Welcome to No Dribble, the podcast where we talk about netball. We talk about so much more. My name's Carolyn Swindell.
I'm Cath Cox.
I'm Liz Ellis.
Look at Cath Cox adjusting cameras and things. If you don't know, we're now on YouTube. Come and watch us on YouTube and you can see Cath adjusting the camera.
I didn't do it very well.
No, I thought you did a spectacular job.
No, I don't know what's different.
Well, probably nothing. I moved it and I moved it too far, so I moved it back. It's just a whole thing.
Yep.
It's the most exercise I have done in 3 days, though. So
I'm just excited to have you back.
Ooh,
It's been ages since the three of us have been together. In fact, I think the last time was in Melbourne.
Drinking.
Yeah, wow.
And having fun with the dribblers.
That was a fever dream ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot has happened. Catherine, you're just back from holidays.
I know. I have turned it on a bit these holidays. Well, off-season and school holidays, it all was nicely in sync for me. So we got home from Queensland. I ditched the child for a couple of days, worked at the Swans one night, which was great, except they lost. And then I've been up the Central Coast with 2 other mums and 4 kids, all girls. So I had a little girls' weekend away. And it was so fun, but my kid has come back so busted. It is not funny. They get up there and they're all overexcited because we've been talking about it for ages and they're let loose together. So within 5 seconds, she had banged her head on a side table in the bedroom because they were jumping up and down on beds.
Had she broken anyone's nose?
No, but touch wood, had not at that point.
At that point?
No. Well, and then the next night actually came downstairs holding her own nose that was bleeding.
Oh.
Wasn't broken, but had hit her nose again on the same freaking side table. But she had also learned to ride a bike. So, city kid, there's too much traffic near our house. There's too many hills. She's got a bike. She's never ridden it. So we got up there and I was like, that's it. This is happening. It's all flat. There's no cars about. Got her on a bike and she did really well. She can ride it. But it just gave me flashbacks to when I was a kid. Has taken all the skin off her calves and her shins from the pedals.
Oh. What, taking them off? Is she going fast and she takes her feet off the pedals and they're
because you know when you're teaching someone to ride, you hold the bike to start with. So they don't have to worry about trying to get their feet on the pedals because they're already on the pedals. But then when she said, I want to do it myself,
whack, 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 whack,
constantly. So her legs are so bruised, battered and bruised. But I said to her, God, back in our day, those things were made from steel. Like we did serious damage. Do you remember those?
Why,
like
what, she got some sort of carbon fibre, lightweight Tour de France thing.
It's nothing like that back in the day. And then the other stupid thing she did, so we went for a beach walk finding cuttlefish everywhere.
Yeah.
You know your average size of cuttlefish you find at the beach.
Yeah.
We found one that was on steroids. It was probably 5 sizes bigger. One of the other kids said, kick it. Bare feet. She kicked it and then cut her foot and was like, toe was all bruised. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
So are these girls older than her?
No, these are like, well, one's a little bit older, but it was just, they just go crazy when they're together, don't they?
Because I just remember at that age, anyone who was 2 years older than me was a god and I would do whatever they asked me to do.
True.
So, to my peril at times.
Yeah, you learn the hard way. Anyway, so she's covered in bruises, but they're happy kids. And we're home and I am now going to have some vegetables and a big deep breath for dinner.
Catherine has arrived at my house with a bag full of vegetables that she's going to take home to address her scurvy. I am friends with a comedian, a female in her 40s, who has had scurvy twice. I did not know
in this day and age.
It was
How
possible
do you get scurvy
to get scurvy
if you're not on a ship.
By having an appalling diet. So,
Stop.
yeah.
No. So what does she eat?
Well, not very good balanced diet, apparently. So, but I love
salt beef.
So, what do you mean you got it twice? So,
I'm just wondering how she poos, let alone the scurvy.
Oh, again,
God.
second episode in a row, second week in a row where we're starting with the poo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tune in,
Interesting.
everybody.
Wow.
Straight to the beat.
Something I discovered this week. Do you know what a canker sore is? It's an American expression.
Well, I know what a cankle is.
No, a canker sore.
No, it's different.
It's a mouth ulcer. I didn't know that. I always thought it was, I don't know what I thought it was, but I've heard that expression from TV for years and then went, oh, well, let's have a look at what this is. And it's a mouth ulcer. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, smarter than I thought. Who knew?
Doesn't sound good. Elizabeth, put me to shame because I know you will. Country kids, when are they learning to ride bikes? Your kids have been riding since they were probably 1 or 2, I bet.
Well, yeah, I reckon as you were telling that story, I reckon Austin was riding his pushy when he was 3 or 4. He's onto his motorbike now. That's the next thing. That's the next thing for Harper when she comes up. Stick her on the back of the motorbike with him.
My kids have been riding their bikes since about 3 or 4. Have you? Have you ever heard of a park?
Yes. No, well, now that she's onto it, the netball courts are actually the best
I
thing.
tell you where is great now that she
great.
is riding. Go out to Sydney Olympic Park. It's this massive flat area. There's so many interesting things to look at. There's not lots of cars around and things. Take the bikes out there on a weekend. It's great.
Yeah, right, okay. Noted.
Yeah.
Will do.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Bikes and scooters. But, my kids learned to ride early. So Evelyn learned to ride, I reckon, when she was about just before she started school. She got really proficient. And we bought her a new bike and we said to her, you can ride your bike down the hill to the bus stop and I'll go with you.
Oh.
And so Catherine is making that sound because she's seen our hill. And I am I'm a shit mother because I just don't think ahead right. Matthew would have said no. We'll carry your bike to the bottom of the hill and then you can ride along. I was like, yeah, off you go. Just use your brakes. So I started to jog along and I'd said to her, just wait for me at the bottom of the hill and I'll meet you there. And my little beautiful blonde 5-year-old took off down the hill and she
5-year-old?
started to gather speed and I started to speed up. She got to the last part of the hill. It's a really steep pinch and I just heard this bang and this scream. And this little person came running up with her hands out, so much skin off her everywhere, in her little uniform and a helmet. Thank God she was wearing a helmet or she would have actually done herself some awful damage. So she was running up the driveway towards me, screaming. She'd lost so much skin. And it was like it was like week 4 or week 5 of kindy. And she had to stay home for the full week. And I had to scrub all of the asphalt out of her, and she's still got a piece of asphalt in her hand, which she always points to, and she's like, that's because you're a bad mum. So
it's still
she did
there,
that, and then
it?
a few years, it's still there. So that a few years later, we bought her and Austin scooters, and he's always been so careful. We're up at this place, if you've ever been to Lennox Head in northern New South Wales, it's called Pat Morton Lookout, and she just took off from the top, and I was like, Evelyn, come back, put your brakes on. Next minute, she gets all wobbly, and she comes off, and all these people came running, so we came running down, and she's taken the skin off again. She would have been 9. We had to pick her up and carry her back to the car because she was so broken. She's broken her arm on a bike. She's broken her other arm on a trampoline. And then so we buy her a ute to drive down to the front gate. And
well, at least she's protected by that. Like if that comes a cropper, at least she's got some padding around her.
Yeah, she ran into a guardrail and a fence, or not the guardrail. She ran into a straightening post at the front gate, and I'm like, anything. And then so now she's whinging that we haven't taught her to ride the motorbike. I'm like, you are never riding the motorbike, not ever. She's like, Austin's 10, he's riding a motorbike. I'm like, you would never ride a motorbike, never, never, never. So, Catherine,
that's what
Harper's
I was thinking
well.
when you started talking. It's not so much the steepness of your hill; it's the loose gravel and stuff. Like, that's dangerous in itself. And then if you do come off, my God.
So your 2 kids have quite different risk appetites. Is that right?
Very different. Austin's like his father and Evelyn's like her mother.
Isn't it interesting? Like, it's just that whole that risk appetite comes from within them. It's not really a nurture
well, what about
thing.
your
it's
kids?
nature.
Are they different?
No.
They take different sorts of risks. And let me tell you, I have an 18-year-old son now. I'm not enjoying the risk-taking that he thinks is a great idea. But anyway, we'll get through it. Everyone gets through it. Oh, well, use your imagination. We can go to the pub whenever we want to now. We can pop up to the bottle shop whenever we want. So, and he's just about, today he starts his pre-trial exam. So today, it's not even an official school day yet. They don't go back until tomorrow. Dot doesn't even go until the day after that. But he has pre-trial exams today from 1 to 3 and then 6 to 9. And it's like, that really sucks as a return to school after the school holidays, doesn't it? So
big time.
Yeah, we dropped him back to school today with all of his gear because he's a boarder now. I said, where's your doona? He didn't have a doona with him. And it's like, okay, where's your blazer? Yeah, didn't have a blazer. So he'll come home soon and between his exams and pick up some stuff and I'll drive him back down again.
Oh, lucky it's not a long way away.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But I've actually been watching some Soccer World Cup.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was so going for a penalty shootout. We were so close to getting one. Wouldn't that have been awesome? But how's the shots at goal? Did you see towards the end of the game they put up attempts at goal? It was 16 to zip.
Yeah, 20 to zip in the end. But, I have had, and for our English dribblers, and I know that we do have quite a lot of English dribblers and we love you, I tried being an English sports fan for the first time in my life. I think it lasted maybe about 120 minutes. It was at the back end of the game that they won. Who was that with?
Oh, they smashed them for 3rd and 4th?
No. And then I was an English sports fan when they were playing against Argentina and then they lost. And I thought, well, I've now had the full experience of watching this, having hope, seeing something amazing and then having those hopes dashed and being disappointed that the team I was supporting were bundled out. So I am now a card-carrying former English sports fan.
You could have just been an Aussie sports fan at something like a World Cup.
Yeah, well, that finishes a bit earlier, doesn't it? Fortunately, I don't really care about the soccer, but the Commonwealth Games are coming up. That's very exciting. We should maybe take a little break and then come back and talk about some netball. Okay, so I flagged this before the show. I don't think we'll talk about the Com Games. We'll talk about that on Friday. Who saw this one coming? Steph Fretwell coming out of retirement, playing netball in the UK for London Pulse. What?
I love this. Good on her. Yeah. Like she's clearly, I'm not saying it's not a great league. It's a great league. Yeah. It's not as good as our league. So, but I love the fact that she might be at the stage of her life where she's retired from like full on really, the toughest comp in the league. She still wants to play a bit of netball, but maybe wants to do a bit of travel. She's now got a baby. Yeah. She's going over there and spending a year, still having some fun, enjoying the sport that she loves, but able to go and do bits and bobs around it. Good on her. I love this.
Do you think this was on her bingo card when she retired? So we don't think there's any question that she retired on her own terms, do we? Like she chose the time of her retirement.
Oh, yeah, she was done. That was, she chose the time of her retirement.
Yeah. And then very soon thereafter announced her pregnancy and has had a baby. So, do you think this is just an opportunity that's come her way, or has she just been starting to get life back under control and think, I really miss netball?
I reckon England would have been smart, London would have been smart to ask the question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if they had a shooting spot available and she's only freshly retired, obviously a little bit of training could be just as good as she was when she finished. And they thought, I'll give it a crack. And she's considered it. Like you got to ask the question, right?
Yeah. And it's a slightly shorter season than Super Netball. So I think that's appealing too. If you've finished your international career and you finished up with Super Netball, as Catherine said, the ability to go and live in London or somewhere like that is amazing.
Yeah.
But that might not have to be at the same level you're at, but you still need to be fit enough to compete. And I think that's where she'll find herself. And it's, a bit of a shorter season might have also played a part in it too. It's exciting.
Yeah, so we don't know who asked the question first, if it was the club or if it was Steph, but would it have been the same answer had it been Team Bath that asked the question? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. I think that the appeal of living in London and I get like a bit of a gap here. It's like I'll go over and I'll work for a bit and play some netball, and then at the end of the season I'll go travelling around Europe or doing whatever I do. fantastic.
I hope we can watch it. I'm excited. I know there's a lot of Steph Fretwell fans that are very excited by that news.
And is this a blueprint for stuff we're going to be seeing with other Australian players perhaps moving offshore more? I mean, I know we saw Sophie Fawns go and do that, but she's at a very different stage in her career, I think, where she was like, I need somewhere I'm going to be getting more court time. So this for Sophie Fawns is not by any stretch of the imagination an end of career move over to the UK. I would think it is all about getting back into Super Netball on her own terms at some stage. But I'm wondering, are we going to be seeing, particularly because we're looking probably next year after the World Cup, at a number of retirements, right?
Yeah,
There'll be a few people.
I'm jealous that it wasn't that sort of thing wasn't around when we finished playing. Would have loved to have done something like that for a minute. I mean, Gretel Boyd's done similar, not in the UK, but has gone over to Malaysia to play over there. And, again, someone's asked the question of her, just come out of retirement.
No, Gretel Boyd is not coming back to Australia. There seems to just be this endless talk about Gretel Boyd coming back into
We're
Super
trying to
Netball.
Manifest it.
Are we? Is that okay? Is that what we're trying to do?
Well, I am. I reckon everybody is. Why would you not? But good on them. Like, such a fantastic opportunity. You see it in cricket all the time because there's so many different places in the world you can play. In basketball, it happens all the time across the world as well. I love it that we've now got those opportunities.
She looks fit enough. She looks like she could. She looks like she could step onto either Super Netball or the international court. I don't think that. It's more like she's got 3 kids. Where do you find time?
Yeah, maybe life's just a little bit easier for her in Malaysia at the moment. But yes, Steph Fretwell, Wadniks 2027. We are looking forward to seeing you back on court. I know that lots of people are very excited. I am certainly one of them. Last week we talked a lot about Bryony, and we did flag something that obviously by the time the episode went to air was a well-known fact. So Dylan Nexip has been appointed as the head coach of the Swifts. So that we just need to flag that has happened in reality, and we do know that. And congratulations, Dylan. And as a Swifts fan, I am wishing you every success. I mean, we're all wishing all the coaches success, right? The better they all go, the more entertaining the comp is. So it's exciting. But, yeah, obviously that was a bit of a glaring omission last week, but not at the time that we recorded. Before we go off our netball segment, I have a win beneath our wings, and it's a kind of a strange time to do this in the episode, but it's important, I think, that we do it now. So Kiwi Karen Blackall, she is just taking it upon herself to organise get-togethers of dribblers in Glasgow at the Commonwealth Games. And she's doing it there's a Diamonds Roses match, followed immediately by a Ferns South Africa match. And so if you're interested in this, you're going to Dockyards Social on Sunday the 26th.
Dockyards, wait, let me just write this down.
Because you'll be going there from the studios, will you? But Karen, thank you. That's wonderful. I'm so jealous. Gordy's going to try to drop in, but I reckon that she might be a little bit busy. But we want to see plenty of photos. And Karen Blackall, this is the spirit of the dribbler. This is what Bonnie Tyler was talking about when we're holding out for a hero. You are the wind beneath our wings in establishing this, Karen Blackall.
Do you know what we need Karen to do, though?
What?
So when I got here, Liz, Carolyn showed me a map of the world.
Oh, yeah.
And on it, all the countries that No Dribble's been listened to in.
Yeah.
And there's a few that haven't been touched yet.
Yeah.
So I think while Karen is over there and she can get her mitts on some international talent, there's a few little white spaces she needs to go and recruit.
Yeah.
Don't you reckon?
I think so.
Wow.
Surely
Give us some
dribblers
countries.
who are there are travelling.
So she needs to find someone in Greenland.
We don't have Greenland. Can we tick off Greenland? But also Estonia, Lithuania and Latvia. Surely
Come on,
people
Karen.
are going to be going over there. Well, we do have Iceland. We don't have Mongolia. We do have Russia. We do have China. I think that if anyone can listen to the podcast in North Korea, we will find a good prize for you. If you can colour in North Korea on the map for us. So how we get this showing up on the platform that we publish the podcast on is you listen to an episode of the podcast in that country and it shows up there. So don't VPN it or do any of that fancy stuff that shows you somewhere else. Obviously, the darker the more listens we have. So most of it is from Australia, New Zealand, UK. But we've got.
We can get.
What is this landlocked country in the middle of South America? Liz?
Right? It's weird. Little gap in the middle.
Who's landlocked?
I don't
Paraguay.
know.
Paraguay's landlocked.
Peru,
Uruguay?
Paraguay, Uruguay.
Why didn't you ask me that?
Bolivia. Is it Bolivia?
I don't know. Bolivia named after
you need
Simon
to have read
Bolivar.
a book.
Just an atlas.
So look, there's still a few that we need to fill in there. Quite a number of countries that we need to be getting heard in. But please, if you've got friends in any of these countries, I'll put this map up on the Facebook group. Let them know that they need to listen to this because we want to be a worldwide movement, obviously. So
and come on, Karen, get some recruiting done.
Yeah, but. Karen, Wind Beneath Our Wings, there's a dodgy scrunchie and a $50 Valor voucher here with your name on it because you are building communities where we can't be, and I love that. So thank you, Karen. And again, she's one of our fabulous Kiwi listeners who we absolutely love, and I don't know, we may have to fight in the final. I'm not sure. I mean, they won't fight, but as supporters, maybe we'll need to.
Well, we need to do another catch-up then so we can all go fisticuffs.
Yeah. I am looking into that. We're trying to find our venue for our Constellation
idea.
Cup Eve event on the, 24th of October here in Sydney. So I want to see a lot of Kiwis.
Well, you can do one a little earlier, maybe in the gold medal match too. This Commonwealth Games, if you feel like it.
No, Alexa Prino is doing one. Well, because in Western Australia, it's the first centre pass is at a reasonable hour. It's like 8:30 in the evening or something. She is running an event, so jump online if you want to go to that. It's like 10 o'clock, 10:30. No way I'm leaving my house at that hour. So
I'll think of you.
I really admire people who do want to go out and watch the game, and you have my moral support, but no, I'll be in pyjamas, and they probably won't even be green and gold pyjamas, but that is not a reference to who I think is going to be playing. It's just that I don't own green and gold pyjamas.
But they will be playing.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh, good. That's very exciting. Okay, well, why don't we have a little break and we will come back for some more chat.
Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I wish I could be.
So something that is happening next week, and this is not netball related, but I think it's important that we talk about it. On Monday the 27th of July, all mobile devices, phones, iPads, watches, whatever, are going to have an alert at 2 o'clock. That's Eastern Seaboard time, so do your conversions for NT, South Australia, WA, to test the Australia's emergency warning system. Now, most of us will hear that and that won't be a problem. But it's really important that we get this message out to anyone, and this is particularly women who might have a device that if they are in an unsafe relationship or an abusive relationship, if you have a secret device there, you need to put that phone onto aeroplane mode for a couple of hours. Either turn it off or put it on aeroplane mode because every phone is going to go off. And the domestic violence experts in this country say that it is not uncommon for, and it is predominantly women in these positions, for women in these positions to have some sort of device that they use for communicating with their safe people or whatever. So you just have to be mindful of that. Monday the 27th of July. So spread the word on that, put it on your social media, anyone you know who might know, let's just make sure that this great initiative to test our emergency warning system doesn't actually put people in danger.
Can I just ask, if you turn your phone off, does it still beep?
Shouldn't.
I believe that if it is off or on aeroplane mode, that it won't make the sound. But people need to obviously go and look this up yourselves and make sure you know what is required. But aeroplane mode or off, I believe, are the two modes that the phone can be in, and you won't get this emergency alert. And for everybody else, if your alert goes off at 2 o'clock on Monday the 27th of July, don't worry. It's not Armageddon. It's actually just testing so that we're ready for Armageddon when and if that happens.
Oh, look, no, I'm thinking that when that happens, and my alarm goes off, that alert goes off, I think it's pens down for the day, is it not? Are you done? I'm done on Monday after 2 next week.
Absolutely. I think that's
Yeah.
very
Everyone
reasonable
go
that we
home.
all
Great.
need to.
Yeah.
Take
cool.
a deep breath. We've survived the alert. We got through it together.
Maybe
So-
we can speak to some people and make it
100%.
at least 1 o'clock then.
Well, we usually finish by 2. So. I am this Thursday night, though, which is not the 27th of July. I think it's about the 23rd of July. I'm doing a fundraiser at the Comedy Store for Women's and Girls Emergency Centre. So Dribblers in Sydney, if you want to come along and see that, it is a sensational lineup and all money goes to a very good cause. And yeah, we should talk about something more cheerful now because domestic violence is a very sad reality of life. But let's get a little bit peppier here. Catherine, I'm looking to you.
I know, and I'm feeling an enormous amount of pressure.
Are you?
Knock, knock.
Okay, well then over to me, obviously, to talk about something cheerful. As I said, I watched a little bit of the Soccer World Cup, more interested in it than I ever expected to be, but will now park that for 4 years again until I become interested one more time. But Lionel Messi, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, obviously legend of the game from Argentina. I was thinking, God, how old is this guy? Looks so much older than all of the other. And the Argentinians, my God, they're a handsome team. Lionel Messi was born the year after I finished high school. So, and I know this because this Saturday night I have my 40-year high school reunion. What?
Whoa. Who's organising that?
Melinda?
Has Melinda kept everyone's phone numbers and contact details?
Had to be Melinda.
No, well, I organised the last one. And well,
So have you been to them all?
Facebook's one. I've been to all of them.
Have you?
Yeah, I love them.
Wow.
Now, tell me, can you recognise people when you walk into these rooms straight away? Because you've been to them regularly,
Yep.
do you reckon you're all over the whole year group?
Most people. There are 1 or 2 people, though, that I can't remember them. Like I meet them and I know the name and this is me. It's like, yep, sorry, don't know.
Ellis, have you been to yours?
Well, I went to one, but then when I moved out of Sydney, and then I haven't been to them. But so I think, Catherine, you and I have outed ourselves as old because one, I was like, who still kept everyone's phone numbers? Like, duh, that's what Facebook's for. You don't need to know how to contact people. You just stick it on Facebook.
I'm pretty sure you said that, just for the record.
Do you still recognise, Catherine, you're still like, do you still recognise people? Well, their photos are on Facebook. Like,
No, but if I walked into my school reunion, I reckon I would know my immediate friends that I hung out with, and I would have zero clue about anybody else.
Oh, that's interesting. So you haven't been to a lot of the reunions?
No, because they're always bloody when there's netball on.
Right,
Like it's on
yeah.
a weekend and
Yeah,
I'm
that's not
working.
good.
That's it.
The last
Yeah.
one I was a
You can't
chance
do
of
it.
going to, and I last minute I couldn't get there. I would love to go.
Well, I think we got to save the date on this. So there's a woman named Lisa who I organised the last one with. I think she put a save the date out 18 months ago on this, which is terrific because it's like, great, I know when it is. I will go. I will be there for it. So it's in Brisbane. I've got to travel up there. But yeah, I'm quite excited, but it's also, what do you mean 40? And I think that's what I'm going to be saying all night Saturday night. What do you mean 40?
Oh my God.
Yes. So, did you go to a girls' school or a boys' school or co-ed?
Girls'
You
school.
can go boys' school,
All
obviously.
girls.
But you go girls or so you went to a girls' school. Yeah, right. This
Yeah.
is an observation that won't apply to you. I did go to my maybe 10-year one from year 12, and I ended up flirting with the same boys that I flirted with in high school. And I was like, I was just flirting with you in high school for something to do to pass the time. I'm out. I'm done here.
Well, they'd all be bald
Went home,
now, so
like,
there's no
ridiculous.
point.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's just, yeah, anyway. And the girls who I was friends with, I'm still friends with from school. So I'm like, I still see the people I want to see, and I don't know. It's funny, isn't it?
Well, see, that's the thing. I still see the people who I really want to see. I had my best friend from high school who lives in Adelaide now. She and her husband came over for dinner recently. So I still see those people. But what I love about is seeing the people who you just don't have time to keep up with and go, God, that's, I don't really know what's going on with you. A lot of us are connected on Facebook, so we know a little bit about one another's lives. But that's my favourite part of it, is not talking to the people who I'm still friends with. And look, here's something that's going to surprise everyone. I usually get a teensy bit excited and drink a lot lot and then make an ass of myself.
I was going to actually ask you if you drink at these things because I reckon that's...
Let's all sing the school song together, girls.
You did not do that last time.
Of course I did. We were at a pub singing our school hymn, which is "Oh God, our help in ages
So
past."
who can even remember the school hymn?
But is it not ingrained in you?
No.
Well,
Did you have a school song, Liz?
Catherine, you had to turn up regularly to remember the school hymn.
Listen, there was only a few days I wagged school. Not many. One of them I actually went to the beach. It's a funny story, unrelated. One of them actually went to the beach. So our school uniform was blazer, kilt, stockings, the works. One of them I went to the beach and my mum later on that week goes, "How are your legs burnt?" And I said, "Oh, my stocking ripped at school." And so then I had to kind of just take them off and I was lying in it just like, "Oh my God." Never got caught, touch wood. I have now though, haven't I?
So the lesson is if you're going to wag school, wear sunscreen.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. But I was going to say, Catherine, now that you're a mother and, you told that bullshit lie to Francie, she clearly didn't believe you, but just thought, I can't be bothered with the argument. Like at the time you think you've gotten away with it. You haven't gotten away with it. Your mum's just like, oh, I'll just save that for when I need it.
All you've done is given your mother plausible deniability. She can go, you know what, that's close enough to a believable story that I don't have to ask any more questions and I can say that I've discharged my responsibility.
And we also nailed the signature. I used to forge her signature all the time on the absentee notes.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's very naughty but funny. But now you can't do it, right? Because now everything comes into the app, right? Like your daughter is not at school. Like I'd hate to be a kid these days trying to get away with stuff. You can't.
I know. How do you be naughty? I mean, let's not give anyone any ideas, particularly our children, but...
I will tell you, I am not the person to ask how to break rules. I am so, even through high school, I wagged one day of high school. It was the second last day of year 9. So my friend and I went, well, they won't be chasing notes at that time of year. We don't want to miss the last day because the last day is really fun. So we were super strategic about it. It's like, and what did we do? We went to Indooroopilly Shopping Town. Like, so
were you freaking the whole time?
Yeah,
you were
of
gonna get busted?
course. So this is, it's not in my nature. It's like, well, if you're meant to be at school, then you go to school and you wear the uniform the way it's meant to be worn.
Well, you've made up for it
And you
since.
sing
Now
a
you're going
school
to get
hymn.
blind drunk and sing hymns.
That's why it was so exciting to do that lap around the court after the grand final because it's such an un-me thing to do, to just think, just do it and don't look back. So, but
Wow.
the school captain who was elected by us that year, a lovely lady named Jane. Jane is a much quieter personality than I am, but we still make Jane make a speech every year because it's like, well, school captain is a job for life, obviously, and she hates it. But like last time at our 30-year reunion, she talked about how she didn't want to be making a speech, but that she had been forced into it. Bullied into it. Yes, that's right. And she said, but it's interesting to reflect on us. We actually don't know each other, but we all have more in common now than we did when we were at school together. And it's so true. Like there's so many, all of those kind of weird sorts of that group, this group, whatever, it all just becomes completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
And it's there's one person who, I don't know why, but she doesn't like me. Now, I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but it's like,
well, we don't like
but I
her.
haven't spoken-
I never liked her. I never liked her, and I don't
her
like
either,
her.
really. But it's like, we left school in 1986.
No, but you need to ask her on the weekend.
Well, she usually doesn't come to the reunion, so I
wanna know.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, it's weird though. It's like 40 years. Like what? Like I was annoying, but I wasn't mean or anything. So I wasn't a fundamentally different person to what I am now. It was just sort of like a bit loud, but yeah. So why? What can annoy you for 40 years? So I'll report back after that.
Yes.
Oh, I'm
week.
excited for you.
Is
Can't
she
wait
coming
to hear.
and will she speak to me? Who knows? Exciting.
this is great.
Yeah, so that's me.
And can I ask,
probably
if
will
you
be here on
two
Monday.
punch on in the car park afterwards, can you please make sure there's video because we want to see it?
Absolutely. I've been working
Yes.
out. You know that.
Yeah, I wouldn't take you.
Okay, so that's going to be my. There's still a few days away though. We've
Right.
still got another episode to go. It's only Wednesday.
Excellent.
So for all of our dribblers at home, we've got a little bit of an internet lag today with poor Liz, whose internet seems to have just given up the ghost, and so she's toggled to her phone, which means that she keeps wanting to make a contribution to the conversation. So as soon as Catherine and I see that, we stop and pause, and then there's a delay in the pause.
Done.
And then there's a delay in Liz responding. And by that stage, we've
and
gone
I forget what I meant to say.
Yeah, I was about to say it's exactly how my brain works. Wait,
So
there's a
it's
delay. Hang
it's
on
a
minute.
great day for
Goldfish
Alex,
gone.
right? Alex, our producer, who has to make sense of all of this nonsense for us. But if
dear.
it all
Yeah,
feels
so
a little
can
bit
I say,
disjointed.
the problem with my internet is I live in the country and it's windy. That's all it needs. When it's windy, then it all just goes. Oh, God.
That's crazy.
Civilization is tenuous. It is. Anyway.
It is. That's why we have to
I'm out.
read books, Catherine. One day there might only be books.
Yeah, I'll get on board then. Until that day.
All right. Well, that's all we've got time for today is an extraordinary amount of dead air and editing for Alex to do. No 80s songs references. Oh, no, we did have a Bonnie Tyler holding out for the hero in My Wind Beneath the Wings. Oh, and obviously Wind Beneath Our Wings is an 80s song reference. 80s, 90s? Oh, that's a funny story. I'll just tell you briefly. You know Wind Beneath Our Wings, what movie that song is from, the Bette Midler song, Wind Beneath Our Wings. It's from Beaches, right? Remember
Yes.
Beaches? So this was about 1988
Yes.
or 89, and one of my very dear friends from high school, her mother died after a long illness, and I went over one day, a few days after the funeral, and said, come on, I'll get you out of the house. And we gathered another school friend, and we went to the movies, and we just went and watched any old shit. Oh, Beaches. Now, you know what happens in Beaches?
Yeah, that was cruel.
Yeah. Well, we didn't know. We had no idea. There was no internet back then, so you just go, Bette Midler, she's funny.
God.
But, of course, if you haven't seen Beaches, spoiler alert, but the movie is 38 years old, so
Where have
don't
you been?
blame me.
You should have seen it by now.
One of the main characters dies of cancer. So that was so look, if you ever want cheering up, ask Catherine. She'll take you somewhere.
Oh, I'm
more-
all over it. I
more
can give you all.
appropriate.
Happy Gilmore's probably more your thing.
Oh, beautiful. We love Happy Gilmore. All right, well, that's all we've got time for today. But we will be back on Friday. I'm Carolyn Swindell.
I'm Cath Cox.
I'm Liz Ellis. On delay.
on delay. Bye.
It might be Friday by the time we get there.